thank you all for coming. Beautiful day for a launching. Launchings are always very special occasions, no matter what part of the world they occur. We've had a lot of special launchings right here on this ramp and on this waterfront over the many years. And here we go with another one. But before we say a few words about this boat, I want to pay homage to Babson, who will be coming over here in a few minutes to stand by, as she always does, in so many situations. She was built in 1981 from a fellow who worked down at Bath Iron Shipworks, who, from the way the story goes, used to take stainless steel from the boatyard home in his lunchbox. And over the years that we've done work on our launch, which is over at the float right now, we've discovered all this stainless steel in her. She's cedar planked on oak frames and stuff like that. We bought her in 1987. So she's been here for about 28 years. Ben Ellison, my predecessor, found her and got her for a song and a dance. And that boat has just done everything and more that we've ever asked her to do. She has, she sets our moorings and hauls our moorings for us. She puts our float out at the end of the pier. She ferries students and guests out to boats and back, provisions out to our bigger boats and so on and so forth. She's hauled photographers all over the place. And a few years ago, she was the key boat and instrumental in the saving of 3 lives in a capsize down off of Torrey Island. Not our students, but people out sailing on a weekend. And she came through in that situation in flying colors. So she will be retired from here at WoodenBoat School in the next month or so. She's going to be put up for sale, and there's a few people who are interested in her. But I just wanted to say a few things about that boat. We will miss her. But here we have her little brother. And I'm going to let Greg take over now and tell you how this boat came about. I want to acknowledge Greg Bauer and Mike Moros. There were a lot of people involved in this project, but those are the 2 guys who spearheaded this and didn't even have to twist my arm when it came to the decision that this was the boat that we wanted to build to replace Babson. So I'll let Greg Bauer take over.
Thank you, Rich. When I took this job in 2011, after we got through Alumni Work Week, that whole spring, get it out, get it cleaned up and painted and get it in the water. Once we got through all of that, Rich said, okay, now we need to start thinking about Babson's replacement. I go, what? Are you kidding? That's on my watch? I was a student here back in 1995, and Babson was the boat that took me out to the sailboats I learned to sail on. And I couldn't imagine this waterfront without Babson. We went through a couple of different boat designs, and as we were looking at each design, we always came back, well, how is that going to react to how Babson handled it? We kept coming back to Babson. We came real close to building a Garvey, I think, and that didn't work out. But again, we started, okay, well, what is it we're trying to get out of a new boat? And we like Babson because she's a great pickup truck, she's a great school bus, she's reliable, stable, and safe, and we wanted to keep all of that. There were a few inconveniences in the boat and the way it was assembled that we wanted to get past. Onboard storage was one. Conveniences, mostly conveniences, a couple of safety things that we've done different on this boat. So that's how this came to be. She was easy to replicate. We took some measurements. We took a pattern off the side of the old boat and flopped it down on the floor on some scarf plywood, cut it out, stood it up, and put it together. And it went pretty quick. And as Rich said, in the last year and a half, about a dozen different people have given us a hand on this. I'm not going to try and remember all their names. Kathy is working with me to put some kind of a tribute together that'll be posted in the boathouse in a prominent place, giving credit to the people that have built this boat. And the only person I am going to name is Mike Moros as a building partner. It was very, very smooth. Our most acrimonious exchange was, well, what do you think about this? I think it'll work. All right, let's do it. and that's how it went. That's how it went. And it was an easy, fun process to go through. And working with the alums to finish her out, paint, all that fun stuff. There's a quote from Vincent van Gogh that goes something like, "Great doesn't happen all by itself. It's a succession of small things strung together," and that's what this boat represents. So I'd like to have a round of applause for the crew that put her together. Here, here.
All right, honor. Okay, here we go. I think that did it.
That maybe I could make a knife holder, something that might be useful for the school. And she said that Doug had promised her a knife 4 years ago, or that she'd been asking him for a knife for 4 years. I'm not sure which it is. And that was perfect.